Hey everybody, and welcome to today's video on the importance of sound in filmmaking. So film really is an audio-visual experience, and this means that sound makes 50%, if not even more, of the image. Just think of the question, would you rather sit in a cinema that has no video or no audio for 2 hours? Actually, we've done that exercise in art school, that we watch a film blindfolded. And I think that's when I really realized that this is true. So if you have the time, you could just do this exercise yourself. I would highly recommend it. Just grab a film, go inside and close your eyes or even blindfold them. And it will be crazy, like how different the way you treat the audio in your own edits will be afterwards. Yeah, because sitting 2 hours in a film with bad audio is, it's not fun. So make audio a priority, and that's how you can improve the quality of your films drastically without spending any cent on it, really, because we'll get there later, but there is resources to get quality sounds for free. And now let's watch a scene from the movie Goodfellas with and without sound.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
I know I'd go from rags to riches if you would only say you care. And though my pocket may be empty, I'd be a millionaire. My clothes may still be torn and tattered.
To me, being a gangster was better than being president of the United States. Even before I first wandered into the cab stand for an after-school job, I knew I wanted to be a part of them. It was there that I knew that I belonged. And to me, it meant being somebody in a neighborhood that was full of nobodies. They weren't like anybody else. I mean, they did whatever they wanted. They double parked in front of a hydrant and nobody ever gave them a ticket. In the summer, when they played cards all night, nobody ever called the cops.
Must I forever be a beggar?
Good to see you.
Whose golden dreams will not come true.
Hey, only stacks, all right.
Will I go from rags to
Tony Cicero.
This Peter Canasi kid.
my fate is up to you?
Tootie.
Make it, Tony.
Tootie ran the cab stand and La Bella Vista Pizzeria and a few other places for his brother Paul, who was the boss over everybody in the neighborhood.
Hello, Paulie. Hey, Paulie.
Paulie might have moved slow. But it was only because Paulie didn't have to move for anybody.
So what's happening is that we have a strong voiceover. Very subtly, there are like little sound effects when the door is being shut down or an engine is starting. And these add up to just being more there on the side and feeling part. So let's watch it without sound. So even if Goodfellas is arguably one of the best films in terms of cinematography, shot by Michael Ballhaus, it is really boring to watch without audio. So, I mean, I don't know what you think, but I had a hard time going through this now because, you're not connected to it. So let's think of ways we can actually get good audio to avoid that people fall asleep in our films. And one way to do it is, of course, to record it yourself. That means you just go out with your camera and look for, sound effects that either resemble what you want to capture or are like taken directly from the source. You could do this on set or after. And the other way would be to use sound libraries. There's free libraries like Free Music Archive, which is great. And there, you can also find tons of stuff on YouTube if you just look for sound effects, free download. And then a good tool to download it would be Cobalt Tools, because there are many free YouTube downloaders. I use this one. And the other one would be Epidemic Sound, which is a bit more of a catered library, which is, it costs a bit of money, but therefore what you get is just better quality, faster downloads. But you can do the same with Free Music Archive, for sure. Only if you then also use music, because it has music that does not sound like it's really coming straight from the elevator, which I appreciate. And this is something I just wanted to show you, that it's actually like a real industry of people having a job to just record sound for cinema. And it's so beautiful because they use all kinds of stuff to like interpret how a sound look like. So when they think of crushing ice, maybe what they would do is take something completely different, like scatter glass.
With this profession, you really get focused on sound. I could be maybe cutting vegetables in the kitchen and be like, hey, this is an interesting sound. Using vegetables is always a fun part of the job. Yeah, it gets really messy very fast. And when you hear the end results, suddenly the scene gets way more gross and fun to watch. My name is Ronnie van der Veer. I'm a Foley artist and I create sound effects for movies and TV shows. Sound works very unconsciously in a movie. That's what I really like about it. So you have the objective image, and then sound is creating this like extra layers. Sound creates the details, and Foley is all about those details. What we do is we create all kinds of little details that make you feel closer to the characters, make you feel more in the scene. Footsteps are a very big part of my job. They're also a very hard part because there's a lot of performance included. Like every character might walk in a bit of a different way, and then you have the surface, so it could be like concrete, leaves, glass, metal, a wooden floor. Here with different microphones in the room that also record the acoustics. So the Foley mixer with whom I'm working will make a perspective change in the sound. Someone is walking from further away, closer to the camera, he can make a mix, like change the mix of the microphone.
This is really beautiful, I think. So we won't get that detailed about it because we can just use the free library and record. In order to do this, I will just give you a broad overview of the types of equipment that is out there. There is more, but you really don't need more. So what I would recommend is thinking of getting, if you shoot on a DSLR, like an on-camera microphone. And this could be just the Rode VideoMic Pro, which you can easily plug in with a 3.5 millimeter clink. This is one of the input possibilities, 3.5 millimeter. You don't need any adapter to do that. You can just plug it in straight to the camera. And The other option is to work with an XLR input, which has better sound quality, more ways of regulate it, but usually you need something either like a high-end camera that has an XLR or something like an XLR adapter. So here we go again, we need more equipment. But if you are really interested in working with sound, it might be handy to get an XLR input and then find a way. You can just send me a message in that case. If you want to work with better sound, then we can figure out something. But like my recommendation, just get this Rode VideoMic Pro. It is really great. I shot a lot of work on it and you can regulate it a bit. It will do a great job. And you can put it straight into the camera. Yeah, really good quality. And should you be shooting on a smartphone or want like maybe a second microphone, there's the Zoom H1, which is like a vintage classic and has great audio quality. You can just plug in a mini or like an SD card and record for hours audio and then synchronize it with what you're shooting on smartphone. They don't cost a lot of money. I think it's like both will be, you can get them used probably for 50 euros or something. I personally am not a big fan of smartphone microphones, but there's the option. I think Zoom, if you would decide between a camera for your smartphone and the Zoom, I would get the Zoom because it's more universal and you can even record, sound outside where you like go on. That's a nice tree where the wind is in the leaves, and then can just hold your Zoom, and it's very, very great. I usually, I would choose this option over the smartphone audio because of quality. Yeah. So cameras on smartphones are really great. The audio can be, So that's my personal opinion. That's not right or wrong, but I would definitely always go with an external recorder and then just sync them through a clap later in post. Yep. So there's also more equipment like a boom pole, which could be great if you want to shoot interviews. Then you could just hang your Zoom onto this pole and you're good to go. There's the option for lavalier mics, which is like something for interviews when you want like to have no camera visible. But the truth is, all you need really is this simple microphone, and then forget all of the rest, and you will learn it over time. Because then you will figure out, oh damn, I want to get closer to my subject, so maybe I need this boom pole. But to start with, okay, you have a DSLR, go with this microphone. Okay, you have a smartphone or want to record external audio, because this one you need to plug into your camera. Then go with the Zoom H1 external mic. This is all you need to get started with recording good audio. And if you have any questions, just drop them and I'm happy to answer them. And